Okay, y'all, that was wonderful. Good job, everybody. And I hope that you will follow up with the people that said something that interested you. We got some people with catalogs. Be sure and get with them and make sure everybody has all their ways to contact. I like to encourage people to reach out to 2 or 3 people that you've not met before, that you met, something intrigued you. Set a time to get together after this meeting, either on the phone or have coffee together, and just follow up and keep those connections going, because that's what the relationship's all about. Well, now we've got a couple more things to do before we're going to close up. And the first is going to be testimonies. And we really take testimonies 3 different ways. We like to ask our first timers what they thought of it. Was it what, not to put you on the spot, but was it what you expected? What did you like about it? What was different than what you expected on it? We also like to ask those of you that have used someone else's, either used with somebody here directly or the product or services. If you've had a good experience, this would be the time for testimonies of that. And then the third is, we'd like, if anybody has a story about experience connections, if our leaders want to share something that's happened, or somebody's had an increase in their business from going to XC, or anything about experience connections itself. So we'll go ahead and we'll start off with, and then we're going to do announcements, and then we'll do door prizes, and then we'll be done, and we can play and have fun and have more dessert and have more coffee and do whatever we want to do. But we'll go ahead and start with the first timers. Ladies, is there anything that and not to put you on the spot, but is there anything you'd like to share about today? Was it what you expected, or how was it different?
I thought it was wonderful. You guys just made everyone feel so comfortable, and it was very knowledgeable. It was interesting though, listening to Linda. I will give Send Out Cards a shout out, because I didn't realize until you spoke and started showing all those cards that the one card that I hold on to and keep on my desk is from a dear friend that apparently uses Send Out Cards. I made the connection, and she put our picture in the card, and that card stays on my desk because I think it's so special. And when Linda was showing her card, it just all of a sudden the connection made. So it was very informative. Thank you. But thank you all for welcoming me and letting me share today.
We hope it's just the first of many visits.
Absolutely.
I feel the same way. I enjoyed it. I love hearing what everyone does and what they have to offer. Again, I was a big fan of the cards. I'm so excited because with my business, we send out cards and write them out, and I love that you can personalize them. But just hearing all the different women and coming together and empowering each other and encouraging each other to get out and share and come together. I love it.
Great. Well, one of the things we like to share is when you're doing your testimonies, if you want to put that in writing, about XC, and send that to me or to Susan or directly to Bonnie, we will get it on the website in our testimony section, with your name and company, so it's a little bit more promotion as well. We do that. And I'll go ahead and announce right now, since we're kind of targeting the first timers over here, and hopefully everybody else here has heard this said, if not here, at one of the other locations, is when you go on that website, there's a lot of meat there. You've got so much information that Bonnie's created. She's got her ebook that you can download there. She has got tons of information. We have something called a learning library. It's got different membership levels, but there's over 200 audios and books there about networking and building your business, and interviews that she's done with people. That's available there for you. There's so much free information. There is a membership directory. I don't understand why everybody doesn't immediately go home and sign up for a free directory online to connect with women all around the world. So that's very easy to do. You just go on the website, it says connect, and it's free and complimentary. Just do your membership directory. So it's also where you're going to find our calendar and our locations. But I also want to encourage you, we do have an open group on Facebook. And that is one of the things that Tracy and I are trying to do, is really beef that up and get more people into that open group. You can post ads there. You can see what's going on. We've asked the leaders now to post their upcoming events in there, so that we're seeing everybody's events. Create your Facebook events in there. It's just a one-time, one-place resource. And when you go in, create a little video. Maybe some of y'all can use your little video from today to introduce. You think about that. To introduce yourself to people. We're looking at the pure romance person when we said that. But now you guys got, those of you that said I haven't put my introduction up there because I don't know how to do a video, now you're going to have a video from today that you can use as your introduction to the group. So we would love to have you do that. So keep that in mind, to check out our website and see what all is available there. So how about people that use other people's services? I know I have a list, but I'll let everybody else go first. Is there anybody else? I know y'all talked about Send Out Cards. Anybody else want to give a shout out?
I do. I want to shout out to Bonnie Ross Parker, because when I was introduced to Joy of Connecting 4 years ago, And to think the first meeting I went to and she was there when she said to me, send out cards, rocks, and so do you. That was awesome. But I like to support other women too. And so when she had breast cancer, all I did was every couple months, maybe every month, I don't remember, I sent cards to her just to encourage her because I am also a survivor. And she told me I was the first one to send her a card saying she was a survivor. So this said 15 years, but that was made last year, so now I'm up to 16. But the fact is, this is totally personalized from a blank card. And again, I appreciate that even when you wrote your book, which she's offered her ebook to everybody free, she even mentioned me in there for sending her a card. But again, also, get the book that Phil has written about Grandpa Does Grandma. And they're promoting that book.
Yeah.
And so
Part of
again,
their new journey.
it ties into the romance that can continue throughout your whole life. And sometimes the second marriages can be more fun than the first.
Wow.
So I salute you, and I'm happy you're here today.
Well, thank you. I do have postcards for anyone that's interested in learning more about Grandpa Does Grandma, the ABCs of senior sex. And we are going to have a book signing, but I want to acknowledge Wendy. I met her here. Is that right? I met you here. And I was having problems, even though I'm a year out, with my lower back. And I went to Wendy to see if maybe she could make an adjustment. I thought that it was related to radiation. And really, after that first session, 2 or 3 weeks later, I really realized that, oh my gosh, it's not you know, you don't think about it except when it's bothering you, but then when it's not bothering you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not bothering me anymore. And she creates such a warm, nurturing, loving, caring environment. So if you've got any issues at all, or if you know somebody, you can just trust her hands, her experience, and it was really wonderful, and I want you to know that. And I felt it the minute I walked into your place. It's beautiful, it's nurturing, it's safe, so shout out to you.
I second that.
I will ditto that. There you go.
I have testimony for spinal connection. This lady teach us how to talk and have a better self-confidence in ourselves when we talk, and how we can say better about our business, or let other people know about our business or what we do, and even say, well, if you're from another country, talk a little slower so we can understand better. So that's a good tip, because since we are from another countries, that is a big issue. So somebody has to tell. So they really go over everything that you say to introduce yourself and let other people know about your business. I have another testimony for this beautiful lady, Linda. She is really sweet. She's always send you, like when your birthday, or you know, helping you to send out cards so you can have more customers, or you know, appreciate every person in your business, because it's what we need to do. Appreciate everybody that you know, it's coming our business as a customer. I have used your products. My daughter loves it. She's 20, and she asked me to get more, because she said that she never felt on her face something like this fresh on her face with your products. And Bonnie, for first time I met you, and it was an expo. She's really nice and sweet. She just sit and talk, and after that she sent me an email. So I'm really glad that I met all these beautiful ladies. As I said, they always empower us and grow better. And I didn't use your service yet, but I knew that you were so good and smart years ago. So the minute that I hear her talk, I knew already who she was since 10 years ago, 15 10 years ago. Because my ex-husband came to my house. You were his boss, right? He said that he never met a woman that is smart as she is.
Wow.
I didn't know her, but I just knew that you have some health issue, and he said that he wants to do something good for her because he really admires her. So I went to another experience connection, and she started talking, and immediately I just knew it's her. I always have this desire to know her, who she is. As he said, you know, she's the first woman that he knows that's smart. I was like, what is that? What are you talking about?
Might be going where we don't need to go.
And the last thing is like experience connection. We really, I really met like really wonderful ladies. I started coming to Experience Connection because of you. My son and I started going to the Egg Rolls Cafe for the network.
John Street
And
Network
then
for
we
cause.
started going to yours Experience Connection, and it is really great.
Thank you. Anything else before I run my list?
I know I'm behind the camera, but I just have to shout out to a couple ladies here. And Wendy, actually, my husband has been in chronic back pain for many years, and he has a very high tolerance for pain, and he very seldom complains about it. And the last 3 years, it has just completely magnified. And one night, right after I met Wendy at an Experience Connections, or it might have been a day or two before I met Wendy at an Experience Connections, he literally was almost in tears, and he said, my back is killing me. He could not get comfortable in any position, and he never complains. And I said, we're gonna have to do something. And then a couple nights later, I met Wendy right here at this Experience Connections, and I set an appointment for him, and he said, Tracy, I've been to massage therapists. It hasn't helped me. I don't want to spend the money, time, or energy. And I said, I think this woman is different, and you are going. And so he went, and that was on a Wednesday. We have crazy schedules. I didn't talk to him about it, didn't even see him for 2 days. But Friday, the next Friday, 2 days later, I was walking behind him, and I noticed he had a little swagger in his step. And I said, Bobby, how did that massage go, by the way? And he looked at me, he said, Tracy, I have not been in pain since that woman touched my back. She actually, since she took care of me. And so I love you, Wendy. Thank you so much. And I know I've sent several other people to you who have the same testimony.
Well, I hinted at it earlier. It's not only just what she puts on my line, but yes, the brownies, excellent from Send Out Cards, and that was a very nice surprise that day, and Mom and I enjoyed them. I use NYR Cosmetics. I'm very grateful to have found them. When Monica talks about cleaning from top to bottom, that's exactly what they did, because they started up there, and they did every slat of the blinds. I mean, going down. I was so impressed. And I got my carpets cleaned at the same time, which was wonderful. Monique using the Life Vantage, and then also that she's done the thermography for my mom, which I couldn't put Mom through, the other anymore anyway, so that was amazing. Wendy, I've had 2 sessions with Wendy, and they've both been great. I know I was a little bit of a problem child the first time, but I saw, you don't always see results right then. It's great when they do. It took a little bit longer for me the first time, but I saw amazing results. And then the second, I was able to actually go out grocery shopping without hurting, which I'd never been able to do after I'd seen her. We'll go back to Miss Diane. Yes, I'm wearing my ruby ribbon camisole, and so the larger figured women can wear it too. It's very comfortable, and it's also something that she didn't share in her 3 minutes. It's better and safer for you because you don't have those wires and the binding. Tracy works with Bob Wright of the American Anti-Cancer Institute. He talked about the importance of that and what we do again when we're trying to avoid breast cancer. So wearing something like this is much better for you. And then I used it works when I lost the 40 pounds last year using Tracy's 50 new habits, 50 weeks program. So I had some saggy, so it works. Helped tighten with that. And then of course my biggest thing is XC. Even before what's happened in the last couple months, it transformed my life and helped me become the businesswoman that I am, for good or bad, as far as that goes. So we do encourage people to take a look at everything that Experience Connections has to offer, and we are on a mission totally to grow this. This is, Bonnie's taking a step back. This is, like she said, we're not going to let this baby go. This vision's too important. It's had such an impact on so many women's lives.
One thing I wanted to mention is, I hope you took notes on your roster, and I put these in a binder because you just never know when there's something's going to come up that you need. Help your Experience Connection sisters. Go back to them. And today is one of those examples. I've got to have my back porch pressure washed. Monica, she's right here. I'm so excited. So, they're just an incredible resource of incredible women. I want to mention that.
Okay, so we have announcements.